Hi, I'm Helen Rogers and I'm on Red Watch at Weston-super-Mare. I started back in May last year. That's when I started my training, and before that I was self-employed as a clinical hypnotherapist and psychotherapist for the last 10 years. It was really a combination of factors, wanting to use the skills that I had that I developed already from being a hypnotherapist and psychotherapist, but also wanting to do a more practical role, something that was a bit more challenging, something that had a lot of variation, and the fire service really brought all of those things together. I think some of those sort of softer skills are going to be useful, and perhaps when dealing with people, doing home safety visits, working with people with mental health difficulties, talking to people in difficult circumstances. I think definitely my background is going to help with that. There's a whole array of things that I hadn't imagined using, a lot of very practical stuff. You know, I was aware of some of it before I started, but there's a whole load more that we learnt during training school. From putting ladders up to learning how to operate the pump, supplying water, breathing apparatus, learning loads of different knots, how to work safely from height. I love the variation. I love being part of a team. The team here are absolutely brilliant. Obviously, they were quite well established when I joined, but they've accepted me in, and there's great camaraderie here, so I really enjoy that side of it. And the fact that you don't really know from one day to the next what you're going to be doing. You know, you come in the morning and you've no idea what the day's going to hold. I think actually I'm probably seeing my children a little bit more than I did before. Obviously, being self-employed, you tend to be working all the time, whereas obviously I get some time off as a firefighter, and the hours for me work quite well around them, so I get to spend quite a bit of time with them. I think I'd be lying if I said there wasn't any worry. I think there is a little bit there, but on the whole, everyone's been really excited for me. The children think it's brilliant. It's one of the things that I was quite keen to do this role for, was to be a good role model for them. And I think that is happening. One of my daughters is quite keen on following a similar path now, so I'm really pleased about that. Most people seem to have thought it was the most obvious choice for me, because I've done a lot of weightlifting and a lot of sort of practical stuff previously. I think they just kind of thought I'd be putting that to good use, really. Being physically fit is quite an important part of the role, certainly for the fitness tests and the strength tests. You know, for me, that background in weightlifting proved really useful, so I didn't really struggle so much with that part of it. And obviously, you know, being quite strong for some of the sort of daily things that we're doing is really useful. You know, likewise, the background in sort of mental health stuff, there's quite a lot of it that you can apply to the role. So when I was doing the interview process, I definitely brought a lot of that stuff into it. To sign up to the Yes You Can Careers website, you know, make sure you're getting the updates on you know, everything that's happening, so that you know when the application process opens. And then I would say, you know, start right now. You know, there's no time that's too soon to get started with the fitness and strength side of things. You know, make sure that you are doing the training, so that, you know, when you turn up and you do those parts of the tests, that you know, you're going to be able to do it, and you won't have to worry about it if you've done the work beforehand.